Okay, the meaning of a black hole is that in outer space, if something spins in a circle enough millions of times per hour, whatever it could be, that these things will fuse together inside of the black hole and it will come out as a solid matter at the end of it all. And this is what the meaning behind a black hole is. And the symbol behind a black hole is that outer space has never been touched before. It is completely 100% untouched. And there is all these particles and all these elements that are floating around that have never been fused together. Nothing has ever brought these particles together before. And it is 100% untouched area. So the thing that outer space is saying to us, okay, is that we are supposed to go into outer space, okay, and make we're supposed to go to outer space and get a motor to spin in a circle, possibly hundreds of millions of miles per hour. And when this thing spins fast enough, it will take all the particles from outer space and it will bind them together, because there's all this nuclear energy, all this atomic energy in outer space, and it will pull all the particles together and it will fuse them into one solid particle. So you were saying that there's hydrogen all over outer space. And what you need to do is get this thing that spins so quickly that it pulls all the things together. And then because there is heat and there is atomic energy, this thing is going to fuse together and it is going to turn into one solid matter. And the way that you can make something move extremely quickly in outer space, right, is if the space station moves at 18,000 miles an hour, or, kilometers an hour, something like that. But it moves like 18,000 miles per hour. And so if you put something orbiting the space station, the number of times or space station numbers orbits the planet Earth, the next thing you put on the space station would move, let's say, 300,000 miles an hour. And if you put another thing on top of that one, it'll move even faster. And there is a way that I know about, right, which can do things that can make things bigger. But the whole thing is that you are supposed to make this thing turn in a circle extremely quickly, and it will fuse the things that are floating around in space together, and they will turn into a solid object, and you will be able to make products out of the things that are in outer space. Outer space is 100% never been touched before. And what it needs is something to pull it together so that it squeezes together all the things. And because when these things touch each other, they're going to fuse together and they're going to turn into something. And we should all be working on this mission. And another thing that we should be working on when it comes to outer space is building a 100-kilometer concrete ball with an elevator in it, so that this elevator can take us into outer space, because we can make a ball any size we want. A straight line, these buildings that are straight lines, like these buildings you see over here, this is a straight line. This building cannot go up as high as you want. There's a limit to how far a straight line can go, but a circle can go to any size you want. That is why if you get a 100-kilometer balloon and it is a straight line, the balloon is going to fall over. But if you get a 100-kilometer balloon that is in a circle, the balloon will keep a round form, because a round form can be any size, but a straight line is limited in the size that it can be. But what we should be trying to do is put things that are spinning really quickly in outer space. But when I say quickly, I'm assuming it have to be spinning like hundreds of millions of miles per hour. But I'm assuming that this isn't difficult in outer space. I'm assuming outer space, there's no limit to how fast something can spin. But that is how you are supposed to fuse the things in outer space, so that they come together, and when they're spinning really quickly, they'll all bind together in one, and it will turn into a solid product. Outer space is 100% never touched before. No one has ever touched outer space. It is completely 100% dust that is sitting in an untouched attic that's just sitting there, and nobody has ever done anything with it ever. And that is why we should be trying to go into outer space and make something that spins extremely quickly. But when I say extremely quickly, I mean it would be spinning like billions of miles per hour, right? And when it is spinning this quickly, it will pull all the products of outer space and it will fuse them into one solid form. And it will turn these products that are sitting in outer space, which is the same thing that made the things on our planet, and they're all in outer space. They just have not been pulled together to fuse as one. And we should be working on this for all of eternity, and especially the 100-kilometer ball. All of it, we should, because outer space is the untouched frontier. That if we figure out how to change temperature and how to fuse the dark matter to make it turn into a solid, we have endless resources that are available in outer space. And it's just a question of making something turn in a circle and fusing this unknown particle together to make it turn into a solid, and it is available to you.